Businesses are testing the reopening waters here in North Alabama. Some of the last to open again are the so-called close contact businesses. One of those is Alexander's Martial Arts in Madison and Hampton Cove. Joining us tonight is owner Jay Alexander. Jay, thanks for being here.
Hey, glad to be here.
So you'd think, martial arts, very hands-on, obviously, and when you were ordered to shut down, that would be it. Game over, but that's not the road you chose to take.
No, sir, not at all. We pivoted very quickly to doing some online classes and really just providing the kind of service that our customers are used to getting from us as best we possibly could in that other environment.
Explain a little more, excuse me, specifically how you're making it through this pandemic and keeping your business alive. You said you started online classes. So what does that look like exactly?
Well, a couple of positives for us is one, we've been in business for about 30 years, so we have quite a bit of time here in the area. We have taken a lot of our curriculum and put it on video so that our customers already had access to it to help reinforce their training. So we had some resources there, and then we started doing Zoom classes, and we've got about probably 250 people a week tuning in and doing classes with us on Zoom.
Wow, that's awesome. So what went through your mind a couple of months ago when you heard that schools were closing down? I know you have a huge after-school program, right?
We do have a decent-sized after-school program. Our biggest and most central thing was to make sure we were doing everything we could to keep our people safe, because it is a close contact environment, like you were discussing. We really wanted to err on the side of caution, and that's kind of the approach we've taken. We teach self-defense really from three different areas. Number one is common sense, right? Number two is going to be verbal, auditory, and the third is going to be physical self-defense. So to us, the common sense approach was to do everything we could to insulate our staff and our students from any risk that we didn't have to take.
Yeah. How have the students reacted to these virtual lessons without someone there to physically interact with?
It's been remarkable for us. We, obviously we're a little bit apprehensive when we started it, and we have seen the students grow in so many different ways. We kept a few of the things, or a lot of the things that we did that made our school beneficial for our students. We kept those things alive. The things like messages of the week, the Black Belt Excellence sheet. Just instead of handing them a sheet every month with their newsletter, they now get it in a PDF format, and they fill it out. They post it in our closed Facebook group. We still send them their wristbands every month for doing their personal development work. We still reward them for their My Best list and those things. So a lot of the personal development core of what we did, we've managed to keep alive in a slightly different way of bringing it to them. Yeah. But we kept it alive in a way that was very beneficial for the kids.
Really?
So that's been huge.
Yeah, it seems pretty seamless, actually. So you deal with these kids every day. You're watching them. How do you think that they're doing with the whole coronavirus restrictions?
The kids are really being pretty darn positive about it. I'm pretty impressed with the way our kids took the challenges and have stepped up. One of the things that we've noticed in their training is that they're taking more responsibility at a lower rank. Normally we expect the brown and black belt kids to be very responsible for their own skill set and really strong in their work, and to practice at home and to really follow through in a very substantive way. And we're seeing that the lower ranked kids are taking that same responsibility, partially because it was thrust upon them with the situation. But the growth I've seen from the kids it's nothing short of inspiring.
Yeah, man, amazing. Do you think they'll come out stronger out of this?
I know they're going to come out stronger. My kids, train there too, so we're dealing with that, and we don't always have our kids in the classroom while I'm trying to teach, because obviously I've got to do a good job for my students. But my daughter goes back and watches a live replay of the class, and I get to watch the focus that my daughter's put into going through those replays and working through class, and it's something to be proud of as a dad and something to be proud of as an instructor.
Yeah, I'm sure. You say you teach the ABCs of life. Not just karate, but it's life, attitude, behavior, and character. So which of those do you think was most tested during these times?
I'll be honest with you, all three of them are tested in conjunction. Attitude is super important. The way you approach anything and the paradigm that you function under is going to make a huge difference to your outcome. The behaviors the kids have adopted, where they have decided to take responsibility for their own growth and to do the extra practice and to do the challenges that we put up in our internal Facebook groups, has been pretty huge. Mm-hmm. And the character development, to see, we have a close Facebook group for our parents and kids, and to see one of the students post their Black Belt Excellence sheet, and to see the parents come on and tell them how awesome they've been and how inspiring they are, and to see their classmates do the same thing with them online has been like I said, kind of inspiring to watch the kids. It's really amazing.
Yeah,
the way that you see the strength in the students. And that's when I say kids, I don't just mean the 4, 5, and 12-year-olds. I mean, my adult students are pitching in too.
Yeah.
It's quite the community.
Amazing. So when do you hope to open up the studio again?
I'll be honest with you, we're kind of erring on the side of caution as far as in-person classes. I know a lot of people are trying to get right back out there and get right back in the mix. And we've really designed the next quarter, our next belt cycle, to be something we can do online for as long as we need to, at least for this next 90-day cycle. We tweaked our curriculum a little bit. We built some solo drills where they can build the pad drills up by themselves and where they can continue to grow and continue to excel. So our thought is really to build a good, safe environment for our people for the next little while. Yeah. We have major reservations about things like the face masks and how they work with working out, particularly with kids. You fatigue faster when you're wearing a face mask. I know the kids are going to have a hard time keeping their hands off them, and we're really concerned about the close proximity. The other thing is, outside the karate world, I've got my BS in physics, and I spent 25 years in the physics arena. I'm having a tough time figuring out how you're going to have recycled air, recirculated air, like an air conditioning system, in a space and keep that as safe as we really want to. So our approach really has been to make sure our people have the best access to the safest training that we can give them. And when we can open up, then we want to open up with everybody coming back.
Sounds like it's been a lot of extra work, but it sounds like it's also been paying off.
We are working hard, but we're loving every minute of it.
Yeah. Jay Alexander, owner of Alexander's Martial Arts, thanks again for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much. Happy to do it.